Hello everybody, Dark Skeleton here, and today I wanted to take another look at a new card that's coming out for Whispers of the Old Gods, and we have a legendary Hogger. You may think this card's already been out. Yes, it has, as several of the cards in the set have been, except, once again, they are corrupted. They have become better. Kinda. So, Hogger, Doom of Elwynn, is a 7 mana 6/6. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 2/2 Gnoll with Taunt. In a way, it's kind of a replacement for Trogzor the Earthinator, which is currently actually leaving the set because, of course, there's no more GPG. Um, Honestly, though, the effect how it would play out is quite different. What comes to mind immediately about when this takes damage is okay, maybe you could do it in warrior decks, and yeah, maybe you could enrage it, and then it becomes a 8/5, and you get a 2/2 null with taunt on top of that. Could be that could be pretty good actually. Um, in addition to that, if you can actually get a good trade in where they have any minion that has less than 6 attack, you can probably get a null off on the field, and 6/6 that gets one null is well, for 7 mana, okay value. That would make it playable, but not really competitive. If you can get two Gnolls on average, though, then it becomes good. Then it becomes kind of like a 7 mana Cenarius, which is pretty neat. But in order to make that really happen, though, you probably need some activator effects, which generally means you would be playing it in a warrior deck. So could this be a new minion for warrior? Well, it's up there as a candidate, honestly. There's not a lot of minions that can just outright destroy it. If they fireball it, fireball is a really good answer to this card for sure. Polymorph also works, but Polymorph works with anything. It can't be Big Game Hunter. That's interesting to note. Though, very likely, or a good chance anyway, BGH may be up there for the nerf bat. This has come around since they want to nerf 10 to 12 cards, I believe they were saying. Is it good though? Hogger, Doom of Elwynn. Honestly, I'm gonna say no. I think this card is probably on the weaker side. Trogzor the Earthinator, when your opponent played a spell, would summon you a 3/5 that gets more powerful when you cast spells. So it was a 7 mana minion that summoned a 4-drop every time your opponent played a spell. And a 2/2 is a bad 2-drop. So if Trogzor got one free 4-drop, Trogzor became pretty good. I mean, Trogzor is great in the sense that it denies your opponent the ability to play spells unless they want to summon stuff. Even Polymorph doesn't really answer Trogzor. But a spell works perfectly fine against Hogger, Doom of Elwynn. A Fireball, it's gone. A Polymorph, same thing. There's no downsides. It's just been a decent-sized minion. And in the end, the only deck I could see this working in is something with activators, because you gotta make it do something the turn it comes out, or else it's just removal bait. Um, Otherwise, cards like Gnoll would be pretty good. An 8 mana 7/7 that becomes an 8/8 the turn you play it, becomes a 9/9 at the end of your opponent's turn, and so on and so forth. Can get a lot of stats, but because it doesn't really do anything by itself the turn it comes out, it's too weak. I mean, big cards to this point generally need to do something when they come out. And Hogger Doom of Elwynn, as cool as Hogger is as both a character and the idea of summoning a bunch of 2/2 Gnolls, I think that this version of Hogger is quite weak, honestly. I think I would personally play the 6 mana version, because the 6 mana version doesn't need any more requirements. It just summons you 2/2 taunts for free. And yes, you lose a couple of stats, but that's okay. It's either going to be removed or it's not. And if Hogger doesn't get removed, the original version, the 4/4, that summons a 2/2 every single turn, doesn't get removed, then he grinds down your opponent and just gets too much value for his mana cost. So, end of the day, if there's a card that really works with this, maybe it can damage it a bunch of times, like a shoot, what's it called? The Bouncing Blade card, which is gone now for GVG. That could be pretty good here, but that's gone. And I mean, you wouldn't want to whirlwind too much because you'll kill all the gnolls off. So I don't really see where this card fits in anywhere. Good with Inner Age, but you're not going to make an Inner Age deck based off of Hogger Doom of Elwynn. Maybe it would make it to Patron. I don't know. just seems weak overall. So hopefully the next legendaries will be a little bit better than this one, so that we can actually see cards that enter into play. Uh, that said, we don't really want Dr. Boom again, do we? So maybe cards like this are fine for the game. It's just very, very niche card. So I've been Doug Skeleton. Thanks for watching. I know it was a bit rambly, but I'll see you in my next video, and we'll talk more about the cards that are coming out. So till then, peace.